Yo, this video is to go through a variety of people that we tend to see in our studio or types of people that are training, and we're gonna do a breakdown on each one. So if you feel like you're this one, skip ahead and check out that part. So we've got the inclusive one, we've got the hungry one, they're the talker, we've then got the nitpicker, then you've got the social media, then you've got the seen it before or I've done it, always on their phone. Then there's the sleepy one. Then we've got the inappropriate one, too hard one, and then the ones that are like, give me the results right now, into my hand. So let's talk about the inclusive one. This is the person that is like, they feel pressured to do stuff. If you feel like someone who, you need to bring people along, so you need to bring your friends, there is nothing wrong with that. But if your goal is to build muscle and their goal is to lose fat, there is a bit of a conflict of interest here. Make sure when you talk to your friends and you want to include everyone, discuss the plan and of attack beforehand. Now, Carl, how can I work with that if I like to include everyone? Well, do the stronger method. So you pick an exercise, you do 6 reps, and you go, I go. So what that means, if you're doing a bicycle, I'll do 6 reps. When I finish, you do the same exercise with whatever weight you want to do. We work together for a total of 6 minutes. Then we can still chat whilst having a great workout. Now let's talk about the hungry one. This one, I want to lose fat. Well, guess what? If this is where your calories are, this is where you need to go. This is called a deficit. Now, they usually don't have a refeed period, or they forget that fat equals calories, and their body loses calories, it's gonna want more fat. You have a thing called ghrelin and leptin. The way to think of ghrelin is that hunger hormone. The thing is, you need to get comfortable with being hungry. What are ways to overcome that? Well, you think of your stomach. If we have pumpkin, this is your stomach full of pumpkin, this is your stomach full of potato, and this is your stomach full of cereal. It's not as voluminous in your stomach, so you will empty out here quicker, and therefore you get hungrier faster. So if you're finding that you're getting hungry a lot, you may be eating, this is where people say bad foods. It's like you're just not eating the right foods for your body. A lot of the time when people come to us at Vitruvian, we'll get them to eat more veg, more pumpkin and potato, and that increases the volume of food that they eat. So they're eating like 500 plus 700 plus 300, almost 1.5 kilos of food. You're like, man, I ate so much. But then what happens is their calories are less. So if you're finding you're hungry, often, one, you don't know what hunger is, and you're not used to what that signal is. If you're like, oh, it's fat being mobilized, happy days, have some water, cool. 2, you may not be getting the right whole foods in for your body type, or maybe you're eating more fats or simple carbs, so it's not filling your stomach, and so you need to change the different types. Or 3, just the timings, and maybe you're not getting enough sleep, habits are off, so you need to make some changes to that. All right, the talker. You know who you are and you annoy me so much. So talkers, you know who you are, you distract everyone, you talk all the time because you're bored, so you need to entertain yourself. Hey, Shiny, come on, come back. So with the talkers, they talk a lot and they tend to forget. Here's number 1 rule. If the reps are 6 and you forget what the reps are, you now do 12 reps. Double your reps. Then the exercise will now become harder with the same weight that you would do for 6 reps, and therefore you won't talk as much because you'll be fatigued. How do we work for talkers? Well, use a stopwatch, because if it's 1 minute on, wait for the alarm to go off, and then off you go. If you can keep talking, for a lot of people when it comes to cardio, a lot of people do talk, it's called a talk test. If we want to increase your net exercise activity thermogenesis, big words, I know. If I want you to do 12,000 steps and then go to 16,000 steps, we should be able to walk and talk as we do this. If we want to go for a run and we want it to be low intensity, then we want to go for a fun run. Be able to run, talk with your friends, go at a steady pace. If we want to do intense, then we need to be, if you're doing and you can't talk back, then great. We passed the talk test. Next person, nitpicker. You nitpick at everything. If we say eat 1,200 calories, you will nitpick every single calorie. You'll be like, I calculated my calories at 1,600 calories, but then this other thing says that I shouldn't have 1,200 calories because that's bad for me, Carl. But you kept nitpicking at more food because you're like, I can't eat that much food. So then you looked at another device, and then you looked up an influence, and they said 17,000 calories, and then you nitpicked at that, and then you were like, what about 1,800 calories? And then I've originally done 2,200 calories. And then I don't know if you're the right trainer for me because I've worked with 9 other trainers, and it doesn't seem to work, and you just pick at everything. But the real thing is they don't have the certainty and the clarity and the confidence in what you do. So they lack the 3 C's. Take a deep breath. I go, how are you? everything all right? And they might tell me what's going on. Then I get them down on a table because nitpickers, they're really tight through their diaphragm and through their traps. And so I release their solar plex so they can actually take a full breath. Then you hold 4, 3, 2, 1, then exhale, 2, and repeat. And that will help to lower the cortisol in the body and increase your energy. Pro tip for sleepers as well. It would be remiss for me to give this person a really hard time because they are lacking the certainty, the clarity, and the confidence in the people they work with. And when they come to us, we're there to give it to them. And so by getting them to calm that nervous system, we then sit down and we come up with a plan of attack. This is you. You're the social mediator. What are you doing? Oh, I'm doing what this guy did because he's got big muscles and I want big muscles. So you spend all your time on social media and you're guided by everyone. And the great thing is they share that theory with us because of technology, so we have access to information. We tend to forget about ourselves. I get a lot of clients that send me so many YouTube videos. They're like, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? What do you think of that? It's a guy or a girl. Well, it's a guy with a shirt off and it's a girl in a bikini or a crop top and you can see her abs. Yes, abs are good. But the thing is, half the people I get sent are not natural. And I'm like, cool, just to check, you're working a 9 to 5 job from 7 a.m. till 7 p.m.? They'll be like, yes, I work 12-hour days instead of 9 to 5. Yep, that happens. And in that time, you're going to train for 3 hours a day and you're going to take exogenous supplements. And they're like, no, I told you I want to do it naturally and I don't want to take any of those things. And I only can train for an hour. Great. Then, following these people, not helpful. Seen it before, done it before. So I'm never going to do it. This is the type of person, love these people because I've done it before. And I go, what went well and what didn't? And then I will ask them, did you stick to it 100%? They'll be like, of course I did. I was 100%. That's why I know it doesn't work. That's like, how many meals did you eat? I ate 4 meals a day. Great. How many meals were you meant to have? 4 meals a day. Great. So 4 times 7 is 28. Did you eat 20 meals a day, a week? They're like, oh, most of them. What? That's not 100%. Then you really haven't done it before because you didn't follow it 100% of the time. So it's probably 90% of the time. What actually happened? Oh, I got really busy, or the kids. And then all it is the excuses that justify why you actually didn't achieve it. So you've seen it, but you actually haven't done it. How do we overcome this? It's called a reflection log. Literally, it's really easy. You take a photo of your food, at the time you eat it, and it will timestamp 7:32 a.m. Great, I ate at 7:32 a.m. So a lot of the time, there's fear of failure occurring here, and so we put a wall up to go, oh, nope, don't do it. And we sometimes just need to break it apart. When you make it as simple as that, it makes it a lot easier to achieve that. So if this is you, I got you. Always on the phone. Average time on phones, 3 hours, 32 minutes to 5 hours. There you go. If you sleep 8 hours and you work 8 hours, you work full time, that is 16 hours. If you train for 1 hour, you spend 1 hour learning a new skill, reading, writing, learning. You spend 2 hours eating across the day. So that is 17, 18, 19, 20. That's 20 hours left. That would allow most people, sorry for the 5 hours people, to still be on their phone for 4 hours. What happens when you sleep? You put 1 hour onto your phone and you do it just before bed. And so what happens is cortisol, the stress hormone, stays heightened for a longer period of time and takes longer to taper it off. This is when you should be asleep, say 9 p.m. And melatonin goes here and it rises and up. And you're on your phone still, so cortisol still is higher, blue light, and then you get tired and it takes over and it's 11 o'clock. And then your sleep becomes 7 hours, then 6 hours, and you're like, why am I tired all the time? It's because you're always on your phone. What are all the things that you could do for 30 minutes to 60 minutes that could curb the cortisol quicker so your melatonin can take over sooner? And that would allow you to get more sleep. And the people that are on their phone, I see them, they'll train, they'll sit on their phone, they'll be on YouTube, and their 2-minute rest now becomes 10 minutes. If you're not seeing the results, and if you've listened to this whole ramble, the thing is, we can make anything work, but a lot of time we get distracted, and that's what's causing us to be affected. So the easiest thing, set an alarm to kick your ass and remind you of what to do. Sleepy one. You're producing more carbon dioxide than you're aware of. I highly recommend and refer you to go to a sleep expert. This helped me understand how I was breathing. If I had sleep apnea, I could tell you I was sleeping fine, dandy, I feel good, but it turns out I am a bit of a snorer. And therefore, I'm not optimizing or getting the most out of my recovery. You need to work on power breath. What is power breath? If you're like, I don't want to do this, well then you can work on your breathing. When was the last time you went to bed and got up in the morning and did power breathing? So you can prime, or you can really use the muscles of your diaphragm. So big breath in, hold, 4, 3, 2, 1, pulling it all the way in, using those muscles, and then repeat. Inflate. This will stimulate the lymphatic system. I recommend you come in for a massage. Give me 20 minutes, and I can open this up to make breathing a lot easier, and I can show you some tips and tricks on that one. You're not sleeping your 7 to 9 hours. Now, most people say 7 to 9 hours. I make it easier. It's 8 hours. But Cole, it's 8 hours because it's easy to work this. You sleep 8, you work 8, you then have 8 hours to play with whatever you like. You could use the carb system. What is the carb system? Well, carbs are yummy and delicious. They make you happy. Unless they make you bloat, then not so much. They make you feel happy. So instead of eating carbs for the morning, so let's say you have 4 meals a day and you had 50 grams of carbs at each meal. What you do instead is you go nope, 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 and then you get 200 grams of carbs before bed. Nom, 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 nom. Nice and full. What goes up must come down. That's right, goes down, and so therefore you will sleep deeper. It also, if you've got food in your stomach, tapers off. This makes you anabolic, means you lose muscle. But if we eat more food, it takes longer for it to taper off. So it has benefits to muscle hypertrophy as well, for those in the fat loss phase, and also makes you feel better and helps you with sleep. Just be mindful, test that one out, because it definitely works for some, not for all. Your room is not set up to sleep. The room is set up for 3 things. 1, to get changed. 2, for lovemaking and sleep. Your room should be set at 16 to 18 degrees, and it should be pitch black. So just like this, shouldn't be able to see it. It's pitch black, dark as they come, so you might have lights on, and the room's not cold enough. But Carl, I prefer 21 degrees. Then set the room to 21 degrees. But you shouldn't be sweating in a pile of mess when you go to sleep. So if you're stuck with sleep in the routines and these 5 things still don't work, let me know and we have a whole sleep guide we can give you. Inappropriate one, that's me. You're funny, we get it. Not everyone needs to know. Don't need all the dad jokes. There is a time and a place. Usually this works best when you bring a friend to train with you because they get your jokes. Bring a friend. Works well for any business. Any gym you join, bring a friend. The business will be like, we like referrals. Great, bring that friend in. Ask them for a deal. If you pay $100, can we split it and pay $75 each? Probably. Then you can be inappropriate together and you can have fun together, but then you can keep it between you two and not making those jokes whilst I train you, and then you say it in front of the woman in front of us and she looks at us and this is now really uncomfortable. Inappropriate. Okay? These are the people, they're a little bit insecure about their needs, and really they just need to focus on their goals. It's too hard. Inappropriate me, still. It's too hard one. Everything is really hard, and that's because we're usually overwhelmed. So a lot of the time when people come to us, this is probably the biggest one, it's too hard. I've tried this, I've done that, but they'll have all these excuses or reasons for why it's too hard. But then really, if we go, what is important to you, you will then tell us the answer. We will then ask why. You will then give us the answer. And then we will go, what has to happen for you to succeed? We'll ask this 3 times, slightly differently. What do you really want? What is your outcome? What is the result you're most committed to achieving? And then I will ask them, what's the purpose of it? And then, if you don't achieve this in 12 weeks, what does it mean? And that is how we work with those people that it's too hard, is we ask them lots of questions to understand their needs, and then we'll go through the process with them 1 step at a time. Results, give it to me now. Great. Those that want results, track your steps. I love these people because they think they'll come in and they'll tell me, this is what we're doing. Cool. You track your steps. Yes. Are you doing your nutrition? Yes. How many calories do you eat? I ate this many calories. Awesome. How many hours do you sleep? They're like, yep, I sleep 8 hours. Do you take any supplements? Of course. I take the foundational 8. Amazing. I'm training 4 times a week. Great. I do upper, lower, times 2. Awesome. And they'll go through it all. My body fat is 12%, I want it down to 9%. How are you tracking that? I use DEXA, okay. When do you want it by? Like yesterday. Cool. Have you ever achieved these goals before? No, I have not achieved it in this timeline. Okay, then how do we know it's actually going to work? So you're going to pay me so you can blame me? They're like, 100%, totally. That's not how this works. So what we do is we will find an indicator lift, because these people get bored real quick. So for example, pull up. If you can do 5 reps, so we're looking at either going up to 10 reps, so it's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, that's progress, or we might do 10 kilos. So we go from 1 kilo, 2 kilos, 3, but you're still doing 5 reps. That indicates that we're progressing in the right direction. So when you look at me and go, I'm not getting results, because often these people, they're fast, they want things now, they're business, they're crushing it, they want to go for a sale, they go for it. But in their own body, it doesn't quite work that way. This is all great, but what we have is a sympathetic and parasympathetic. It's your central nervous system. One is go, 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 and then the other one is chill. But if we're constantly go, 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 and we don't give us enough chill time, think of it this way, go, 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 go. This is what, oh, I hit burnout, I hit fatigue, and I had to take time off, and then I can go again. That's what happens a lot of time with these people. So really, if we can work on their breathing and release tension in their body, we can get them in the parasympathetic, sympathetic response, we can control it, and we can recover faster, which actually makes all of this a lot easier. They'll probably actually get to eat more, and a lot of the time, when we get people to be more relaxed, they actually get to eat more calories. If you get to eat more calories, it improves brain function, how your body moves, how you retain information, allows you to lift heavier, so you can get stronger. So for those that want results now, the question is, do you want to be able to eat more, get leaner, build more muscle, be stronger, and crush life? Yes? Then follow the fundamentals. If you're not working at Vitruvian Health, then what are you doing? If you're really a results person, then come on down to 307 Pitt Street and let's sit down and understand where the gaps are in your health, training, and nutrition, and build the foundation for you to crush everyday life. Till next time, enjoy.